defeat my 30-year-old Supercharger on 7 pounds of boost. Same motor. I know you're as super interested as I am to find out. Let's get over to the dyno and let's make it happen and make some power. If you're new to the channel, this is my dad's car that I built for him 9 years ago. It's a 1988 LX 5.0 original car, 5-speed, nothing super special. Paint's not perfect, but if you're new to the channel, this is a bone stock motor that we did one mod at a time. Rockers, we did intake. We put this 30-year-old Supercharger on it that we had with the FMU speed density. We really didn't do any tuning to it, but we did send it down the track multiple times. We did a lot of suspension upgrades to it. We did control arms. We did a differential. We did a lot of things. So make sure you go check out that playlist of Dad's car. So what we're trying to do today, and the reason why I'm not already in the trailer, is because we had a wiring issue at the track. If you look at this video, Cousin Paul and Mike took Dad's car to the track.
All right, we got the loose nut behind the wheel, Paul. Throwing the gears again. Last pass he told me that third gear should be on a milk carton because it went missing. So hopefully we'll do a little better on this pass.
And it had crazy good 60-foot times. But the problem is every time they would try to make a full pass on nitrous, it would blow a fuse. Now we probably shouldn't have tried to use the 30 amp fuse in here. So what I'm gonna do real quick before I get it in the trailer, I'm gonna run that wire out here to the battery and I'm gonna connect it and put a fuse in it, a fusible link in it. So we'll have it straight power from here instead of using the fuse box, because I didn't really like that idea anyways. All right, so I usually have like a whole bunch of electrical shit in like a little box. I went to the parts store and got some connectors for my setup, and I'm gonna run a 40 amp right to the battery. I figured out why it was blowing fuses though. Let me show you. When we wired this through that boot, it was pinching. So when we'd go wide open throttle, apparently we were probably grounding this wire off, because look, it's pinched where the accelerator cable would be. So in a sense, it was blowing my 30 amp fuse that was powering my NItrous switch. They say the devil's in the details, man, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna run this power wire anyways, and then we're gonna get over to the dyno real quick because I'm already late. Let's get over to this dyno before it gets too late. I did end up figuring out that wiring harness problem, and I can't believe that it was as simple as just a grounding issue on my pedal. I would have never seen that. So really, that's all that makes sense for the most part, because they kept blowing the fuse when they were wide open throttle in second gear. So the accelerator was mashing the wires, was sparking, whatever. That's not a good scenario. Anyways, let's get on over here and let's make it happen. Welcome to TI Dyno. Well, you guys know the routine. Let's get this shit unstrapped. Let's get over here and get it unstrapped down. Warm that bottle up. It's time to shoot some nitrous and play with the Supercharger. So we're getting ready to tie this car down, and we decided to take the nitrous out because the nitrous bottle needs to be warmed up and it also needs to be filled. And I'm glad we took it out because we have to actually weigh it real quick because we have the suspicion that it was empty. Mike looked at it and, you know, he kind of knows how that bottle feels, and that's definitely empty. So there's probably that much nitrous in it. For those of you that are just joining us, this is a small block stock motor with a GT40 intake. And what we're attempting to do today is spray. What shot we got in there, Mike?
100-ish.
100-ish. Keep that in mind. And then we're gonna hook up the Supercharger and we're gonna see if it can beat it. So I'm back here making some adjustments to make sure that this nitrous is full.
No, we use a lot of that.
2915.
It feels it.
It's fucking heavy. That's 0.
Sweet. That's the precursor to blowing some shit up. So we decided to go naturally aspirated with the car first. About 100 shot, or what size jet? 52? We think it's like a 52 jet, so we're gonna see. It's about 100 horsepower, and I'm pretty sure that this Supercharger makes about 100 horsepower over NA. So you can see we don't have it hooked up yet. We're gonna get ready to get the car running as we're trying to warm up the nitrous bottle here in the back. We're definitely getting close. Gonna make 3 consecutive passes, maybe a 4th one if we decide that we want to do a little bit more nitrous, but. So we just got done with the naturally aspirated pass. We had to calibrate the car a little bit, get it ready. Got it nice and warm because it's a little chilly out. But here's our graph. Didn't do too bad for naturally aspirated on a Mustang dyno. We made 232 at 4,500 and we made 300 foot-pounds at 36. Not terrible numbers. It's just a stock motor with a GT40 intake and some springs. So now we're gonna let it cool down just a little bit and we're gonna make a nitrous hit and we're gonna send it. So we're gonna make our final preparation, check our dry shots. Remember, this is a 100 shot of dry shot. Mikey's got the bottle ready and we got our pressure right at
930, 940.
930, 940. What do you think? We ready to roll? Be ready to spray the shit out of this thing. Stock motor. That torque is serious, son.
Did you hear as soon as you hit the throttle?
Yeah, as soon as I hit the throttle.
That's nitrous torque, son.
That's nitrous torque.
Runs together.
It made peak horsepower at the same RPM, 315 and 232. And then the torque was just a monster. So basically nitrous is a torque monster. So we're about to hook the Supercharger up. And I think the Supercharger is gonna actually beat that. We'll see.
How about we do both?
Okay. So we got this thing nice and tight, got the belt back on, got the tensioner back on, got the disconnected the nitrous. We're not gonna run them together. Oh, it's a nice cool day out today, so we should be able to make some good power. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we beat the nitrous hit. I'm a little impressed. 19-pound injectors. All right, so what do we make on the Supercharger? 337 at 5,100, 390 at 3,600. Wow, it's not too bad.
No. Picked up, what, 15 over the last time when you were in the summer?
It's a little colder out for show.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's December in Ohio.
It's fucking snowing. You can see the 3 different runs. You got the NA with just dashes, You got the solid, which this must have been the supercharger pull, and this is the nitrous pull. But you can see how much of a gap there is right here on the torque. We seem to think that torque will, this car probably would have ran faster.
For sure.
At the track.
It's only down 20 horsepower up top, but it's up 70 foot-pounds of torque at the hit of the throttle.
You got 3 tests right here of the same plant showing you what the hell they do. You got your naturally aspirated baseline, you got your supercharged at about 7 pounds, and then you got 100-ish shot of nitrous. So what do we do now?
You can't let the supercharger win.
You can't let the supercharger win? It's time to jet it up. All right, so the last goal that we're gonna try to achieve in this video is kind of a bonus footage, is we're gonna try to make 500 torque, 500 real torque on 19-pound injectors, bone stock motors. Let me take the supercharger off. How much nitrous are we putting in it?
About as much as the solenoids will flow.
No, you're supposed to say all of it.
That's it. That's the skid. All of it.
We're sending all of it?
Yeah. All this skid will do.
I don't even know why I'm putting the jet in it.
So the bonus footage today, and it's crazy, but we're gonna put a 71 pill in a dry shot. Stock bottom end, stock block. We did do the springs to it in the GT40, but the stock heads, untouched long block. Yeah, you guys know, you've been following this channel long enough. We're gonna see if we can make 500 wheel torque on 19-pound injectors and on our fork run. Have a little fun over here on a Saturday. Say something.
Something.
Mopeds?
Mopeds.
If you don't know what mopeds is, make sure you stay at the end for the bloopers.
Yes.
We're gonna put a brand new plug in there, same gap, and see what the timing's at.
Solenoids are done.
And we decided to have a little fun run. They made 480 wheel torque. We were trying to get 500. 472. And it made 328 horsepower, pretty much all the way through 5,000 area. So, what do you think?
We'll take a look at that plug. If we can put some more timing in it, maybe one more hit, we'll
That's what we did it for. Why are we here? We're here to party. So the new one, you say?
Put 2 more back in it.
Two more degrees pound
Yeah,
time?
we'll make 472 torque. It'll get closer to 480. Make 328 horsepower. It'll make 3. It might make 335.
Let's go. Let's send it. Final run of the day, put 2 degrees back in it, and we're gonna send it. This is it. We survived 3 nitrous passes and a big supercharge hit. 7 pounds or whatever. What we got here, guys? What are we doing here?
Light is before. I think
the light blue is before?
Yeah.
So I didn't do anything, man. 2 degrees of time, I did not like it.
Take 2 out.
I think we should go down.
Take 4 out.
Yeah, take a total of 6 out. See what happens. It might like less time. It made less power there. Either that or the first swing we hit the sweet spot. Yeah,
you say 4
6
out?
total from the original. So go down to
from
8.
now.
Yeah, take 4 out from now. Yeah, so go down to 9 degrees.
And hit it. Swear to God.
Yeah,
Why not?
it might make more.
Okay.
It might make less.
Well, we're about to do one more. My motor is so tired right now. This old junkyard motor, bros. What do we do? So the one we just did is solid?
Yeah, that's what we just did. That's the one before, and that's the first one.
Wow.
Or that's with
So running on
2 degrees. That's 11. The top one's 11.
Put the timing down, the cylinder pressure went way down here.
Right.
But it made more up top, a little more up top.
Yep, made a little more horsepower with less timing.
What was it? So what was the horsepower? Just
He puts
Three-
it over that, he'll see it.
334.
Yep.
3 horsepower off the VOrtech.
How salty are you right now? He's so mad.
Take that jet out.
So this is equivalent to like a 71 pill is like 175 shot nitrous.
No, it's not making that. It's an old kit. it's doing its job.
It's definitely doing its job, bro. 19-pound injectors, bro. 400 crank, 500 torque. Come on. On 19-pound injectors.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and explain that shit, what you were talking about, why it's faster.
Okay, here's...
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna explain what the reason why he thinks that nitrous should go 1150s over my 1190s.
So let's say we launched the car and it dips down to 3,400 RPM. This is where you launch the car at the racetrack. Your dash line is your VOrtech. Your solid line is your nitrous. Ultimately, over here, the VOrtech made 337.3 horsepower, and the nitrous only made 334, so 3 horsepower. But at 3,400 RPM, this is just horsepower. The nitrous is making 294, and the VOrtech's only making 250. But if we go up here to torque, the VOrtech is making... The VOrtech's making 386 torque. Nitrous is making 453 at the hit of the throttle on the starting line. 75 foot-pounds of torque, and how much horsepower difference? Huge.
40 or 50?
Yeah.
And that's over a
40. Yeah, 45.
and that's over a
horsepower
period of time when you're racing too, so.
difference. Now, yeah, look at the crossover. Like, obviously the torque's never going to cross over, so that's just going to keep going. And the VOrtech doesn't start to outpower the nitrous even till, basically right at the end of the run at 5,200. Right. I mean, it starts to outpower here at 48, but not by much. But you would shift the car at 5 on nitrous, and you would shift the car at 55.
So I just want to give a shout out to Kevin Cragen for letting me take the time at TI Dyno here in Saybrook, Ohio for...
No. Yeah.
I do owe you for nitrous. God, we probably went through a gallon of nitrous.
Went through a gallon. That's how you measure it.
And this
A gallon. Yeah. Maybe 3/4.
this is my buddy Mike. He's got the Gone Mad's 363, ain't it, on YouTube?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an old channel of his, and he'll probably be putting some Coyote stuff on there, maybe some On 3. He's got to go home and mess with an On 3 right now, so
Kevin likes Cabernet Sauvignons, just so everybody knows.
This guy.
Snoop Dogg.
And mopeds.
Mopeds. Yeah.
I want you to explain to my YouTubers how the moped thing works.
No, because the girls see it. No.
No, the girls don't see none of this shit, Mike. You gotta hear this.
I'm married. I'll tell the story. It's not even a story.
How, okay.
You know, it's like a moped. I mean, they're a lot of fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on it.
Just to happen.
It's kind of like the same thing. Like, I've never had a 10, but I've had 5 2s.
I saw.
What are you doing? Spray nitrous at it. You say you want to spray nitrous at it.
This guy's got jokes.